Trinidad Tobago News Day.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.
U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio is now on Facebook. Like us, follow and share our page. We'll be sharing the latest news, tips and much more. You can also view what's happening in our studio. Find us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel at RCL U975.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with a Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded.
I have journeyed.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
Seriously, not going to run.
My faith.
Well, it's just about 10 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock, and that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Mr. Rajendra Rampasad, who is the People's National Movement candidate for the constituency of Couva South. Good morning, people. Good morning, and thank you very much for choosing 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. We are broadcasting to you live from Couva in central Trinidad, the energy capital. Well, it's that time of the morning where I cross over to Uma Ratan Singh for today's horoscope.
Welcome to the airwaves of U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. We are coming to you live from number 42 Exchange Lot, Couva. You can also catch us on YouTube at RCL U975 and Facebook. It's a great morning to wake up to another day of life and blessings to serve your purpose. Take a moment and prepare yourself to begin this day with peace, love, and positive energies. Let U975 be your companion throughout the day and night as we bring to your homes, vehicles, offices, and hearts great programming throughout the day with news, horoscope, talk shows, recipe, musical entertainment, and much more. It's a blessed and positive morning as we begin to get ready to face the day. I am Uma Rajan Singh and welcome to your daily horoscope brought to you with the kind compliments of Jyoti's Puja Store of Main Road Chase Village for all your puja needs. Let's see what the stars have in store for you today, Wednesday 29th July. Aries, it's a positive time for you. So be patient as events unfold slowly but steadily. You should be well positioned to address any problems or misunderstandings. Do take some time out, however, to recharge your batteries. You could really do with some rest. Taurus, get ready to experience some strong feelings today. As the day rolls on, it might kick in and you might start feeling down. Positive thinking is everything. Gemini, Success is the natural outcome of your pushing forward with courage and determination with everything that you desire. You can excel at anything you put your hand to as long as you wear a positive attitude and a smile on your face. Cancer. You will be a beacon of diplomacy and ingenuity today, and you should be more than a match when it comes to resisting the jealousy and the evil intent shown by a number of people in your immediate environment. Leo, you will need to rely solely on yourself and your own abilities today, dear Leo. Put in the work and meet your various obligations and responsibilities before they multiply and you find yourself in over your head. Inaction is your enemy. Move forward with energy and determination. Virgo, you're feeling so dynamic today that you can achieve mostly anything you take on. Any difficulties that crop up will only make you stronger, with the net result that you will have lots to show for your efforts by the end of the day. Libra, you really need to set your affairs in order. This is the only way that you could free up your energy for bigger and better things. Choose the right course of action and stick to it. Scorpio, you will see fantastic results today, whatever you turn your expert hand to. You need to carefully consider whatever proposal comes your way today, because the decisions you are about to take could be life-changing. Sagittarius, this is a fantastic day for you, dear Sagittarius. You need to put your diplomatic skills to work and resolve certain issues that have been plaguing you for a while. The stars are on your side today. Capricorn, you need to establish inner calm above all else today. This will allow you to take stock of where you are, and so that you can make the right decisions as to how to move forward. Your environment can often be a negative influence on you. Don't let this happen. Aquarius, you're acting a little crazy of late, and this is actually good for you, yielding positive results. What it does is create a protective cushion against any negativity all around you, a sort of buffer zone against negative waves lapping against your front door. Pisces, your efforts have been rewarded by some major achievements of late. Today is likely any other day. That is, it brings you success, as long as you're prepared to keep putting in the hard work. And that's the end of your horoscope for today, brought to you with the kind compliments of Jyoti's Puja Store of Main Road, Chase Village, for all your puja needs. And if it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you from the management and staff of U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. And if it's your anniversary, happy blessed anniversary. And your quote for today: if you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Thank you for joining me for your daily horoscope. I am Uma Rajan Singh, wishing you a safe, blessed and positive day ahead.
Well, that's your daily horoscope, coming to you with the compliments of Jyoti's Puja Store. Let's thank Uma very much for offering us today's horoscope. You can look forward to another horoscope tomorrow, just after the 6 o'clock hour on 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. I am Kenrick Jaggernaut, inviting you to stay with us as we continue with great programming right here on 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Up next is today's edition of the morning program, You Talk, on 975 with yours truly, Kenrick Jaggernaut. And of course, joining me a bit later on the program will be Nicole Duki as we take you through the morning until the hour of 9 as we look at the issues of the day, the challenges facing us here in Trinidad and Tobago, and also offer you an opportunity to share thoughts and to share your views with us. Stay with us here. Let's go to our sponsors this morning.
Jyoti's Puja Store is your one-stop puja store for all puja, wedding and cremation materials. Also available books, mithai and murtis made to order. Visit Jyoti's Puja Store today and be greeted with the kindest and most courteous staff with best prices and secured parking. Jyoti's Puja Store located at 542 Southern Main Road, Chase Village, Shigwanas. Contact 671-3849.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Shigwanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Shigwanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Yes, indeed, and a very good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to today's edition of the morning program, You Talk on 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. As I told you before, we are broadcasting to you live from Couva in central Trinidad, the energy capital. Let me also say a very special good morning to our international audience streaming live with us. Good morning, and thank you very much for choosing 975 as your radio of choice. Let me say a very special good morning also to our neighbors here at Exchange Lots in Couva. Good morning to all the officers attached to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service at Couva Police Station. Good morning to you. Good morning to the members of the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Services, to all the market vendors, the taxi drivers, and wherever you are hearing this broadcast. Good morning, and welcome. Welcome to the most interactive talk show on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago with yours truly, Kenrick Juggernaut and Nicole Dookie. And as I told you before, we will be taking you until the hour of 9 this morning. Well, it's just about 23 minutes here past the hour of 6 o'clock, and note that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Mr. Rajendra Rampasad, who is the People's National Movement candidate for the constituency of Couva South. Well, as we head up to the general election of 2020, we describe ourselves here as the election headquarters, where you can get all of the developments in the political fraternity. All that is taking place with the candidates. Yesterday we would have interviewed two young men from the Trinidad Humanity Campaign, two young men indeed, who have a vision for Trinidad and Tobago. Well, we will continue this week with the same trend and even into next week. A bit later on, I'll be trying to get in touch with the Public Relations Officer of the United National Congress, Anita Haynes, who is contesting the Tabaquite seat for the UNC. That interview maybe just after the 7 o'clock hour. But as of now, let me keep you abreast as to some of the major stories as published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Today, it's Wednesday, July 29th, 2020. And in today's edition of the Newsday, 64 pages in total. You can go outside there, purchase your copy of this publication. It is priced at only $3, and it's available at all leading newsstands throughout the country. The Newsday newspaper. Well, let me say a very special good morning to Shiva Parasram, who is our operator here, our production engineer. Responsible for keeping us live on YouTube. A very good morning to him, and thank him very much for his services. Yes, you can catch us on YouTube at RCLU975. You can also log on to our page on Facebook. You can catch us there also. All right, so in today's edition of the Newsday, on the front cover, Nafisa quits the People's National Movement and in essence is backing Saddam Hussein of the United National Congress. Remember her? She was at one time the deputy political leader of the People's National Movement. Well, yesterday, very early in the program, my good friend Brian Baig would have sent me this information, but I could not confirm. As a responsible media house, I will not make any announcement without any sort of confirmation coming from a reliable source. Not that I'm saying that Brian is unreliable, but you understand how things operate in the media. Yes, Nafisa Mohammed quits the People's National Movement. She was an integral part of the People's National Movement. At one time, she was a legal advisor to, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. But there would have been some challenges with her status within the People's National Movement. And as such, she would have resigned in disgust and has now thrown her support behind Saddam Hussein, the United National Congress candidate ahead of the 2020 general election. How this will impact on that constituency, San Juan Barataria, well, is another question altogether. Note that within that constituency, there's a large support of Muslim voters, and this could sway in the favor of Saddam Hussein. That's just my thought. But these things do happen in on campaign and on the hustings. But it's a very interesting development. So you can catch the details on page 7. Nafisa quits the People's National Movement, backs Saddam Hussein. Despite COVID-19 rise, stakeholders agree SEA date remains. Yes, the secondary entrance assessment examination will be held on the 20th of August. Despite all of these concerns being shared by stakeholders, most of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, the National Parent Teachers Association, and I would imagine even top operators of the Ministry of Health, SEA date stays. This is the announcement. This story is on page 3. Despite COVID-19 rise, stakeholders agree. SEA date stays. But there's a bit of apprehension among parents outside there. Yesterday I spoke to 2 parents who have children preparing for the SEA exam. And they are very, very concerned as to what is happening. Well, we ought to be very concerned as to what is happening outside there. Schools still closed, students in self-quarantine. Now, this is a major story, and you should catch the details on page 3 of today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. The Marble, RC, and Takariga Presbyterian primary schools remain closed days after one student tested positive for COVID-19 and another student interacted with an infected person. Those stories, as I said, on page 3 of today's edition of the Newsday. Now, the Progressive Empowerment Party, led by Philip Alexander. Well, in a story published this morning, he is saying that the general election should be postponed for 3 months. Well, I don't know if that story warrants any sort of conversation. But I think that all systems are go. The Election and Boundaries Commission have put all measures in place to ensure that the election runs as smooth as possible. Well, in every election, there's always some sort of hiccups. But the Progressive Empowerment Party, its leader, Philip Edward Alexander, is calling on government to postpone the general election for 3 months. Well, you can catch his thoughts on page 4 of today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Kamla on lack of observers, probably a plan to take election illegally. Really? You people really believe that? If we don't have observers here, do you think that the People's National Movement is planning to take the election illegally? Well, we'd like to get your thoughts after I'm through with alerting you as to the stories published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Police offices closed after COVID scare. One more test positive for COVID-19. The number of cases thus far, 154 cases. But I told one of my colleagues this morning that I was not going to make any pronouncement or say anything about this. But there are rumors circulating. Now, you know, this country thrives on rumors. Yeah, we get a lot of oxygen when we like to talk about people and what have you. Well, rumors or claims are being made that the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Roshan Parasram, now, I am only saying this is rumors. It is uploaded on social media. But it's something which we can look at and think of. Yeah, the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Roshan Parasram, would not have appeared on the Monday's press conference hosted on a regular basis by the Ministry of Health. Eyebrows were raised, questions were asked as to why the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Roshan Parasram, did not appear on that press conference at the head table. Well, claims are being made, and listen to me, claims are being made that Dr. Parasram did not appear because at a meeting the previous day, he would have suggested that further lockdown and further restrictions be placed on the public, that is, on nationals of this country, to stop the spread of COVID-19. That, according to the claims, was not comforting to the government of the day. And hence, Dr. Parasram, according to the claims, did not appear because he did not want to, let's say, mislead the population. Well, it's something we can think about. We can discuss this matter a bit later on. But as I said, rumors and claims. Okay, the Election and Boundaries Commission, no request to delay polls. All right, no request to delay polls. As of Tuesday evening, the Elections and Boundaries Commission has received no request to postpone the August 19 general election. EBC Communications Officer Bobby Rogers said the Progressive Empowerment Party, led by Philip Alexander, had called for the election to be postponed because of the COVID-19 pandemic, including the impact of quarantine requirements and closed national borders in impending foreign election observers from monitoring the polls. Well, it's something we can discuss a bit later on. Now, this should be of interest to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Why? Because David Maraj would have been asking similar question. Former government minister David Maraj would have been asking similar question. National Security Ministry discloses exemption criteria. And some of these are areas I would have covered with you. Well, the story said the National Security Ministry has provided the criteria he uses, or rather, the Minister of National Security has provided the criteria he used to decide who will be allowed exemptions for return to Trinidad and Tobago. The criteria were provided in response to a Freedom of Information request by opposition activist Devant Maraj. Well, a bit later on, we will deal with this matter. So go outside there. Purchase your copy of today's edition of the Newsday newspaper, and you can get the details as to what is happening on the national landscape. Nafiza Mohammed backs Saddam Hussein, the details on page 7. Commonwealth Secretariat mum on election observer team. The Commonwealth Secretariat is mum on sending an election observer mission to Trinidad and Tobago, but assures it stands ready to assist all members in upholding the values of free and fair election wherever possible and practicable. So that story, as I said, is on page 7. Duke Tobago, you are poor. The PDP promises better wages, highway and universities. And yes, adverse weather alert for Trinidad and Tobago discontinued. The yellow level adverse weather alert issued by the Met Office early on Tuesday has been discontinued and the level downgraded to green level. The Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley to the United National Congress, do the right thing, wear a mask. Well, that I'm going to deal with a bit later on the program. Wear a mask. I will not be surprised if a decision is taken by the policy makers, decision makers, to mandate that all nationals of this country wear a mask. So as I said, go outside there, purchase your copy of today's edition of the Newsday newspaper, priced at only $3, and it's available at all leading newsstands throughout the country. Well, in an item of sport, well, yesterday I spoke about this at the 12 o'clock newscast. England reclaim Wisden Trophy. Yeah, a pathetic, and this is my opinion, a pathetic display by West Indies in response to in their chase of 399. Pathetic indeed. One must take into consideration that the entire 4 days play was washed out. So you can say in essence that the West Indies would have been whipped inside of 4 days. They losing the series 2-1 to England. And to this end, Mahabir, concerned over West Indies' opening position, develop talent pool. Well, I spoke about this, and that is a former West Indies Cricket Board Director Baldat Mahabir said the opening batting position continues to be a major problem for the West Indies, saying other options can be considered as the region does not have enough resources to limit players to certain formats. I guess he's making a plug here for one Nicholas Pooran. Yeah, well, indeed, the batting very, very poor, inconsistent indeed. And I always question the inclusion of one John Campbell into the West Indies setup. Anyway, stay with us here. 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Let's go up to some commercials. And when we come back, we'll continue with our discussions on 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, the morning program. Stay with us here. I'll be right back after these messages.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
You can now listen to business news Monday to Fridays at 5 p.m. Get updated on all the latest business developments. Tune in to U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, where we keep you informed, educated, and entertained.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Let me tell you something. Nothing was done under the PNM in the last 5 years. I ask this question. Are you satisfied with the crime statistic in the last 5 years? They say they're protecting the borders. That is not true. Guns and illegal people are still coming. Are you satisfied with that? Where's the support for victims of crime? Ask anyone. There is none. Didn't you feel safer under UNC? How many more must die? How many more will feel the pain? Every time PNM is in power, crime goes out of control. On August 10th, I am voting for safety. I am voting UNC. Talk done.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do?
That was a paid political announcement.
Let's talk Guyana. Join me, Umaratan Singh, as I bring you news, updates, information, culture, and traditions of Guyana. Let's talk Guyana, Mondays to Thursdays, just after the 10 a.m. news headlines on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.
Yes, indeed, and thank you very much for being with us. We have a caller here on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning to you.
Well, I kind of opening the bathroom. Good morning.
Yeah, what's happening? What's happening, Bawani?
Well, I see big news.
What's that, boy?
Nafiza Mohammed calls it a day with PNM.
Well, I had that since yesterday morning.
I heard you.
And I just didn't want to say anything about it because I had to confirm it first. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Of course. I understand the behavior of journalism.
Yeah, but she did not... she would have waded into Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley and the Attorney General, describing them in not too complimentary terms.
And the Minister of National Security.
Yeah, the front runners of the People's National Movement, yeah.
So to those who didn't see it, she described the Prime Minister A bully?
Well, let me use the young people language here today, and where the young people language is tooting feelings. Is it that she's tooting feelings?
Well, maybe. Maybe. I mean, because you're in an organization, but sometimes the situation becomes such that you can't take it again.
And one must take into consideration too, Bawani, that she comes from a very prominent.
Of course, one
Muslim
of the foundation
family.
members
of
the PNM.
Yeah.
Was a Muhammad.
So I don't know how this will impact in the San Juan Barataria constituency as it relates to the results, the 2020 general election.
Well, I think what I'm hearing from other sources is that people in Mohammedville, where she resides, and where the trump of the PNM in terms of support resided at one time, they have seen Saddam twice. They have not seen Jason at all. You understand?
But do you think her that is Nafisa's trust, Nafisa's support for Saddam Hussein?
Could twist the balance.
I was not going to ask you that.
Yeah, I believe it could twist the balance. Because here you are, strong PNM advocates to all what you will. Is saying enough is enough. You understand? And she's publicly declared that she's throwing her weight behind Saddam Hussein. Now, I noticed in scanning the band this morning, 2 PNM sycophants, Wendell Stevens on one radio station and Sharon Felix on another, seem to think that, she will not be missed. You understand? But the woman has performed in various capacities within the party structure. She was, chairman of the regional corporation, San Juan Lamante, which the PNM controlled. She was, even advisor to the legal advisor to the current PM.
Okay, so let's cut through the chase. It's a blow to the People's National Movement.
It is a blow. It is a blow, and this is the third blow in as many weeks to that organization, because we had Gary Hunt supporting his brother. We had the guy in Maruga. What your name, boy?
Peter Taylor.
Peter Taylor.
Hey, good morning, my dear.
Good morning.
Peter Taylor supporting the candidate for the U.S.
Michelle Benjamin.
And now we have Nafisa showing her weight behind Saddam. So 3 wickets down.
All right, Bawani, let's leave it there for the while because we have some other callers coming through. Thank you very much. Later. That's our good friend there, Bawani Prasad. Well, a very good morning to you, Nicole. What's happening? People have been asking for you. I tell them, well, you're busy in the newsroom. I don't know if you're ducking and you're running, Gil.
Good morning to you, Kenrick. Good morning to our listeners on U97.5. Good morning to our viewers on YouTube and our viewers on Facebook as well. Well, I've not been ducking and running. I've been busy in the newsroom, of course.
All right. Well, certainly coming from the East-West corridor, there must be some concern given the level of, let's say, spread of the COVID-19. It's not. It's sporadic. As of now,
yes,
the Ministry of Health would have said it's not community spread, but there is concern being shared by people outside there, especially, as I said this morning, by parents of students who are preparing for the SEA exam. 2 schools would have shut down thus far.
Not 2, 3 now. The St.
3.
Augustine South primary school.
Uh-huh.
Last night there was a media release circulating where the principal had advised teachers that the Ministry of Health issued basically told them to close until further notice, because I think one of the students would have come into contact with somebody who had the COVID-19.
Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Yes, hi, good morning, Kenrick, and good morning, Ms. Duki.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, Kenrick, in politics, nothing is strange, with Nafisa. You remember the late Mr. Kamaluddin Mohammed? He and all was with Mr. Pandey, give them a job too. And then the late Shah Mohammed also, he rejoined UNC and went to Parsi. So that is nothing strange. What happened?
And then we had Jamal Mohammed as the communications minister as well under the People's Partnership government. You remember that, Kenrick?
Yes. He was a communication minister.
Yes, he was communications minister.
Well, he didn't last too long in the ministry now, did he?
No, he didn't.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Kenrick.
Yeah, good morning, my friend. How are you?
What to talk about cricket or talk about now?
Boy, we have so many things to talk about, COVID-19, the election, the people.
I take it 2 topics, cricket or Nafisa.
Well, which one? It doesn't matter really to me because I can talk to you on both issues. Go ahead.
You know why why West Indies lost that cricket match, lost that match in England, why they lost it. They went to play no cricket. They went to support Black Lives Matter. That's why they were support, and that's why they lose all the eye and the brain and everything, and they lose something.
No, but
if you ask any one of them, if you watch young fellas and if you young fellas, it's like they wanted to come home. Young fellas don't want to play no cricket.
No, but it was a pathetic performance coming from
West Indies. I don't know, but my whole opinion on that West Indies cricket and that team that went on there, those selectors, the first people should be fired was those selectors. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing on selectors.
Yeah, but our pool of players, we do not have, and this is my humble opinion, I do think that we do not have the caliber of players who can actually withstand the pressures of international cricket, more so test cricket, especially when you're coming up against teams like England, Australia, and India, and so on. Go ahead.
They can't put our West Indies team to play against them fellas, but I think them fellas ready to take our rest. I don't know what they're really doing, but anyway, that is one. Now, Caesar, let me tell you something. All that talk, them talking, since Mr. Kamal Little Mohammed come out of politics and whatsoever, since he take that rest, they never vote PNM. If you check the ballot box that come from inside of them, they never vote PNM. So all this rambage and all that kind of thing that she's talking about, they never vote PNM after chance move out at the PNM and the politics. So me and she make her, and if she sees Saddam 2 times, what Saddam do inside 2 times? And if somebody have to call him inside because if look like now, the Shambali is down by me, right? He passed in a truck and we don't know who is he. And that was it. He passed in a truck, about 10 of them in the back of the truck, maybe you know who is the Shambali.
All right, friend. Let's leave it there.
He never come in no road, he never come in no way, he never talk to nobody, shake nobody hand.
Okay, sorry. Let's leave it there for a while. Nicole, I want to provoke you this morning, and I want to provoke the listening audience. But let me take this call on the line first. Because you see, when you read what is happening on social media, some of the posts, you know, it really disgusts me. It's really disgusts me. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Ken.
And good morning to you, Chris.
You remember Mr. Manning was saying he want more Indians in his cabinet?
Yes, and he would have said that, and the only Indian, and I stand to be corrected, at that time who was in his cabinet was Ram Rekha Singh, who was a former education minister. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah. Now, you know why? He noticed the 2 most trustworthy men in Eric Williams' cabinet were Kamaluddin Mohammed
and Errol Mahabir.
And Eric Williams had always trusted him. That did not sit well with the others. And when he died, Kamal was the deputy prime minister, was supposed to take the helm. You see, no, can't put no Indian there.
Well, I read differently, Chris, and I just want to challenge you here a bit. My understanding is that after the death of Dr. Eric Williams, that President Ellis Clark would have challenged the both of them, that is Errol Mahabir and Kamal Mohammed, as the 2 senior members of the People's National Movement, to make a decision, either Kamal or Errol. And the both of them could not find, or rather, the both of them had certain issues with one another. And in essence, the Ellis Clark would have chosen George Chambers.
That's not true.
That's not true. Well, I heard that.
Talk to that man from Diego Martin.
Mr. Belmont.
No. This PNM guy from Diego Martin.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The name escaped me now, but I'll come to it. Go ahead.
He was very, very close sort of with them. Very, very close. And he could give you his scores on that.
All
ball
right.
by ball, minute by minute.
All right. So let's move on with your contribution here this morning.
So what is he happening in Nafiza on that? This is a run over. Let me tell you something. There are certain people who were in the PNM, who left the PNM, and who told me, Chris, the most race I've ever seen in my life is in that party. the PNM is the biggest racist group in the country. I want you to look at PNM. Let me tell you something. When they had the steel mill, a letter was sent to the chairman of the steel mill that a certain Indian must be considered persona non grata, must not work in the steel mill. You had this boy, Dr. Lachman from Shagwanas, when he had graduated and he had written to work with that company in Point de Chasse. The Williams said, you can't hire no Indian. You have to hire only African.
Well, it also reminds me of when a friend of mine, Bill Ramratan, would have been at the helm of the Lake Asphalt. Remember that story? Where it was said too much Ram in Lat and too much Sing in Petrotrin?
Yeah, too much Petrotrin.
Yeah.
This has been there all along.
No,
in 1977.
No, I'm not fanning the flame of racism on this program this morning. Yeah, I'm just reminding you of what would have transpired. Yes.
In 1977, teachers graduated from Grand Teachers College. 25 teachers who graduated were not appointed as teacher ones. Here what went on. 78 came. All new graduates were appointed. 25 people remain not appointed.
All right.
79 came. The same thing happened. You know what 25 was? 25 Hindu school teachers.
All right,
and
Chris.
Louis Baradas, Deputy Permanent Secretary, told me his race.
All right, Chris, let's leave it there for the while. As we move on with our conversation. Yes, Nicole, I want to provoke you here this morning. You follow what is happening in the entertainment fraternity.
Yes.
I would imagine so. Yes? Here it is. It has been bandied about that Ricky Jai would have sung a song in support of the People's National Movement. On social media, a number of individuals would have been very, very critical of him. I asked the question here this morning. Because of his name, Samraj Jai Mongal.
Yes.
Because of his ethnicity, he should not sing a pro-PNM song? Or is it that we are saying, because he's an Indian, Indo-Trinidadian, that he should not appear on a platform or sing the praises of the People's National Movement? Or are we saying that Afro-Trinidadians who appear on the platform of the United National Congress supporting Kamla Persad-Bissessar, they should not be doing so? What utter hogwash, what utter rubbish from those people who continue to spout race on social media. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, Mr. Jagannath, and morning to all the listeners and callers.
Good morning, Mr. Delmont.
I hear it say over and over that when Dr. Williams died in 81, that Kamaluddin Mohammed and Errol Mabia were senior and they should be put as Prime Minister. I don't agree with that.
No, well, I never said that, I'm only reminding you of what I read in a report.
I'll tell you why I don't agree with that. Kamaluddin Mohammed nor Mahabir ever acted as Minister of Finance. They never acted as Minister of Industry and Commerce. They never acted as Minister of Labor. These are the ministries that qualify you to be Prime Minister because you take heavy-duty decisions. When you were agriculture, West Indian affairs, public utilities, and things like that, that don't make you senior in a cabinet. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm still trying to understand your point. So what you're saying, if you're not, let's say, holding on to, let's say, the Ministry of Finance and whatnot, you should not act as a Prime Minister? I don't understand. If you're a senior member of the party and you are trusted lieutenants of a former Prime Minister, Dr. Eric Williams. Anyway, that's a matter I don't want to discuss. That is water beneath the bridge now. We have to move on with our conversation here this morning, Nicole. Yes. So I've been talking about this story. So Ricky Jai sang a song supporting the People's National Movement. And a number of people outside there have been very, very critical of him. And I asked why. Is it that we are saying that as an Indo-Trinidadian, you should not appear on a platform, entertainers that is,
Yes.
should not sing the praises of the People's National Movement, or by extension, Dr. Eric Williams? Is that what we are saying?
So how do we justify, have you heard the UNC's campaign song, Disaster Song?
Yeah, there was
so how do we justify
Afro-Trinidad,
that?
yeah.
How do we justify, over the weekend we saw Orlando Octave campaigning with David Lee. How do we justify Squeezy Rankin and up in La Hakita there with Jillian John? How do we justify these things on these African men who are supporting an Indo, or what we call an Indo party, an Indo-Trinidadian party?
And they're talking about Ricky Jai sell his soul and whatnot. People, all outside there for real, also myopic. Take the yampy out of all your eye now. Also, I don't want to use the word anyway. you see, I get really, really mad with some people.
These people are entertainers, and they get paid.
They are business people.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter whose party or what party you're doing it for.
So listen, we have some commercials running supporting the People's National Movement.
Yes.
So we are supporters of the PNM.
Apparently, but then we have commercials for so then who are we?
Yeah. So anyway, these people get me so sick sometimes when I read what they have to say on social media. They need to get real.
I'm very sorry, but had I been in his position and I'm getting paid to do it, I would do it, because this is how I depend. This is what I depend on to survive.
I'm waiting on the callers and them to respond to me this morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975.
Your number.
I am so sorry to miss your call, my friends, but you need to call us back at 636-7547 227-5739. The call is back on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Mr. Belmont better go and check his facts. Mahavir was Minister of Industry and Commerce. His office was Riverside Plaza.
Thank you.
Okay, Chris. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us this morning. We need to head up to the 7 o'clock newscast, and when we come back, we'll continue with our discussion right here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 975 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Elisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is the 7 a.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Nicole Dookie. Good morning. The St. Augustine Government Primary School is the latest school to be temporarily closed following confirmation that a student has been exposed to COVID-19. This is the third school to be closed in a matter of days. Schools were reopened on July 20th for students preparing for the SCA examinations on August 20th. Two other schools are the Maraval RC Primary School and the Tagarigo Presbyterian School. In a memo to teachers, the school's principal advised that she had been contacted by the County Medical Officer of Health yesterday afternoon. She said he had indicated that a student was exposed to a contact of a COVID-19 positive patient. The school will remain closed pending clearance from the Ministry of Health. Meanwhile, there will be no change to the date of the 2020 secondary entrance assessment. The Ministry of Education has advised that students will sit the exam on August 20th. This comes despite the closure of schools due to recent COVID-19 cases. The Ministry of Education engaged stakeholders in a meeting on Tuesday to discuss the way forward. In a statement, the ministry said it was agreed to keep the date of SCA as August 20th, citing the socio- and psychological effects on students. The United National Congress has accused government of being less than truthful about testing for the COVID-19. The party blames the People's National Movement Administration for the surge of new COVID-19 cases. According to the UNC, government has employed tactics of public relations gimmickry to increase testing. The party questioned whether testing had been ramped up at all. The UNC said this is evidence that Trinidad and Tobago is not managing COVID-19 as well as the current administration would like the public to believe. It said the health minister should be held directly responsible. In some other news, $12 million in funding have been dispersed to small and medium enterprises. This funding is to assist these businesses with manufacturing. On Tuesday, Trade and Industry Minister Paula Gopi-Skoon explained that the grant fund facility provides funding of up to 50% up to a value of $250,000.
The grant fund facility covers the cost of new capital requirements, machinery, equipment, tools, and software, and it's applicable to the sectors of manufacturing, agriculture and agro-processing, financial services, maritime, creative industries, software design and applications, fish and fish processing.
One recipient of the ministry's grant fund facility was Kent Farm Limited, which received $176,000 to assist with fish farming processing.
An engine for economic growth and a mechanism for diversifying economies in the Caribbean and beyond. Today's event underscores the government's continued investment in local talent and creativity in accordance with Vision 2030 and the report of the Roadmap to Recovery Committee.
Meanwhile, Social Development Minister Camille Robinson-Regis has urged persons to act responsibly and not to engage in fraudulent activities. This comes as several persons are now the holders of checks from the National Commission for Self-Help. On Monday, 21 people from the Aruca-Maloney area received grants from the National Commission for Self-Help. These grants are to assist with home repairs. It also included homes damaged by natural disasters.
Do not attempt to cash the check and get money for the check. Some people have tried that, and the Commission has ensured that those persons are brought to justice.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of the National Commission for Self-Help, Elroy Julian, said the Commission has thousands of requests for assistance.
Priority actions have always been focused on poverty alleviation and the development and mobilization of communities as we leverage the Sustainable Development Goals, which provide a global agenda adopted by countries like ours with a vision to end poverty, protect and ensure all peoples enjoy peace and prosperity.
You are listening to the 7 a.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. It's time now to take a look at regional and international developments. Regionally, there are concerns in Guadeloupe as a group of 6 COVID-19 cases confirmed by PCR tests have been identified in young adults. The Regional Health Agency ARS Guadeloupe said this cluster was spotted following the positive screening of a person who stayed in the island of Saint Martin between July 7th and 12th to celebrate with friends. The health agency said the situation is extremely worrying for the territory as these young people continue their festive tour in Guadeloupe. Contact tracing has already identified 77 contacts. This list may expand as several positive people participated in a party of about 200 people. To date, Guadeloupe has recorded 203 confirmed coronavirus cases. Internationally, the annual Hajj pilgrimage performed by Muslims from around the world is beginning in Saudi Arabia. However, it has been dramatically scaled back because of coronavirus. International visitors who have been banned from making the journey to Mecca to try to curb the pandemic. Only 10,000 pilgrims are expected as opposed to about 2 million usually. The vast majority normally comes from abroad, but this year the only foreigners allowed to attend are those who reside in the kingdom. Those taking part are subject to temperature checks and virus tests as they began arriving in Mecca at the weekend. Worshippers will have to quarantine before and after the pilgrimage. Face masks will be mandatory at all times. In news of the weather for the period today until tonight, Trinidad and Tobago will experience showery spells which will interrupt sunny conditions in varying localities today. Heavy thunder showers and thunderstorms are likely in a few areas towards mid-afternoon. Night will be partly cloudy at times with showery spells in a few areas. The remainder of the Lesser Antilles will be mostly cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms around with gusty winds. Some improvement is expected by the late afternoon with showery spells occurring in a few areas during the night. Seas moderate but rough in the leewards. Waves up to 2 meters in open waters and less than 1 meter in sheltered areas. The current temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. And this brings us to the end of the 7 a.m. newscast on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Stay tuned for another newscast at 8 a.m. I am Nicole Dookie. Have a good morning.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with a Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded. U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Just about 13 minutes here past the hour of 7 o'clock, and that time check came to you through the kind KTC of Mr. Rajendra Ramprasad, who is the People's National Movement candidate for the constituency of Couva South. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 975. Good morning to you.
Janek President, good morning, and Ms. Nicole, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Janek, my contribution this morning is that Nafiza Mohammed, for me, she's a persona non grata with the PNM. So she is not a blow to the PNM. They didn't miss her. Because if they really needed her, she would have been in some position. Like one. Two, with the cricket, Janek. Remember a long time ago, I told you, Shai Hope is a dead one. Janek, you go tell me, we had a CPL recently concluded, and out of that CPL, you couldn't select one person of East Indian descent to go on that West Indies cricket team? Janek, I thank you.
All right. Well, there have always been this argument, about insularity into West Indies cricket. And yesterday I had a discussion with a friend of mine who's a keen cricket fan. He said he could not understand why there would have been 8 Bajans on that West Indies team. 8 Bajans on that team. Well, I guess selectors select players based on their performance in the domestic in domestic cricket. That's one of the criteria for being selected on the West Indies team. Hence why Raheem Cornwall would have been on that team. So too Shamar Brooks and Shamar Holder. So that's just my argument this morning. But I understand what you're saying. I understand exactly what you're saying. But first of all, as I said before, I don't think that West Indies have any pool of players who can compete consistently at the highest level, especially when you come up against teams like Australia, England, India, and what have you. But on Friday I'll try to get in touch with Omar Khan to get his thoughts and to get his views on that test series, because when I spoke to him about 2 weeks ago, he would have said that the West Indies will walk away with the Wisden Trophy. That did not happen.
Well, when it comes to sport,
when it comes to sport, Nicole don't have an idea as to what I'm talking about.
And I still don't even pay attention. I think that's wrong.
Yeah. But hold on, but she's so very enthused about Caribbean Premier League, eh? Premier League.
Well,
Anyway, that's a story for another time. Yeah, so we have some more serious issues in front of us. The Progressive Empowerment Party,
yes,
led by Philip Alexander.
Yes.
He is calling for the elections to be postponed. The United National Congress is maintaining that they want independent observers here for the 2020 general election. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley would have said there's a cost to it. We do not have the necessary capacity at this time, given the COVID-19 environment. A number of schools are closed today. Because of COVID-19. The number of cases thus far, Nicole, is 154.
Yes.
We continue to look at what is happening on the southwest peninsula with the influx of Venezuelans. When you look at social media, there are posts saying that these Venezuelans are coming into the country pose a health threat to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And as I told you and the listening audience yesterday, in Venezuela there are over 15,000 positive cases of the coronavirus. So it's a situation which we will continue to look at here, and we'll keep you abreast of most of the developments. So Nafiza Mohammed backing Saddam Hussein in the 2020 general election. And as I told you before, be very careful of the promises made to you by politicians. In this respect, the PDP, that is the Progressive Democratic Patriots, political leader Watson Duke said the majority of Tobagonians are poor. To this end, he is promising better wages, highway and universities. Yes, Watson Duke
Is he selling dreams?
Selling dreams. And Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is taking serious issue with the utterances coming from opposition leader Kamala Prasad-Bisesa, where she spoke about slavery and indentureship and so on.
Well, he responded to that the night before, didn't he?
I can't understand how this could come into the equation, And look, I maintain my position, Nicole, that the borders should remain closed. And even this morning, in the newspaper, in one of the newspaper, the Minister of National Security, Stuart Young, would have outlined the criteria by which nationals are given exemption. All this because of political activist Devan Maharaj going to the Freedom of Public Information to get this clarified. But I'll share it with you a bit later on this very same program, 975 FM, Hot Like a Pepper. Well, we have some challenges here, and I've been trying to get in touch with Anita Haynes and one also Kiran Singh, who is the president of the Greater San Fernando Chamber of Commerce, to get his views on what is happening in the business sector in South Trinidad, given the fact that we have more and more cases of COVID-19, and there's a view being expressed, Nicole, and calls are being made for the government of the day to mandate that nationals of this country wear masks. It's something which we don't need to look at.
The Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, they recommended that it should be made mandatory. And another thing that they were suggesting is that business owners they keep a log of all their customers. And now that
will be quite challenging.
It is, yes. Because to have somebody take information, name, contact number, addresses of persons. On a daily basis, if I have a store, I would expect people in and out. Some people may not be shopping, but they might be just passing through to see what I have. So how am I going to do this?
All right, let's take this call on the line. Good morning and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Kenrick.
And good morning to you, sir. Good morning.
Well, we share a different view, or I don't know if I'm misunderstanding you. I think Kamala Prasad-Bisesa has called it right with regards to the need to bring our citizens back to our country. Right now, the challenge would be for the government how to manage it when the returning nationals come to Trinidad. That is where the challenge is.
Yes.
But you cannot leave citizens of this country to become vagrants in another society.
No, but hold on.
They are bringing them back, and they are doing it on a phased basis so that they'll be able to properly manage.
And let me remind the caller just as to what the minister would have said. Some of the factors taken into consideration by the Minister of National Security include whether there is accommodation available at any given time at quarantine facilities, the capacity of the parallel health care system at Couva, Cora, and other quarantine facilities. Go ahead, my friend.
All right. So, I don't know how much phases it had to have to bring home everybody. And I don't know how much years it will take to have those phases.
No, but I'm challenging you. You are saying to bring back home everybody. But are you saying that we should bring back home everybody within a week or a couple of days?
The country was locked down since March. We are entering August. Right? I don't know how much more time you need. But I am saying everybody must come now, and listen to what I'm telling you here. What is required for quarantine? It requires a space where people are not interacting with the other society, with the rest of society. Is that right?
All right, hold on. We have over 20,000 nationals, or 25,000, or whatever nationals wanting to come home. According to the minister, over 4,000 people would have come home thus far. Do you think, and I'm asking you, do you think we have the necessary resources, human resources, I'm talking here about frontline workers, and the necessary quarantine facilities to lend some level of comfort to, let's say, 10 or 15,000 nationals wanting to come home?
We do.
Where? Can you identify where?
Listen, there's something called a disaster management unit in this country.
No, but you're digressing my conversation.
No. I want you to understand that all these schools, all these public places are designed for national disasters. And if this is a national disaster, they're calling it a pandemic.
No, but hold on. I'm just sharing a conversation with you. To do that, to outfit, quote-unquote, these schools, which you said that have been designed for such, would need bed space, yes?
Right, and a bed is you could be as simple as a cut, or you could go a little more sophisticated as you want. But I'm just saying.
And then, no, you're just saying. And what about the healthcare workers? Do you think we have the capacity to deal with all of these people?
Of course. You cannot tell me that one, our citizen, a person does not have a right to enter.
No, you see, you're taking the discussion into another direction. Everybody have a right in this country. You belong to a particular country. This is not what you call a perfect situation. This is an unusual situation which President Trinidad and Tobago and the globe is facing. I am saying, and I maintain my position, that nationals should be returned home, but on a phase basis, depending on our capacity.
Let me ask you how much phases you need to have and how long, how much time you want.
I cannot give you a time factor in that.
There
I
you
cannot
go.
so many phases.
But
you are saying that we should bring back all these nationals into the country because they have a right to return the country. I agree with you. But this decision cannot be based on an emotion. You have to look at the science of the day, whether the country can accommodate, whether our health system will be overwhelmed.
This problem has started since March, right? It didn't start in June and July. It started since March.
And hold on. And let's go a bit further. Here it is. We have a spike, if you want to describe it of that, a spike in COVID cases. And this spike is with us as a result of us giving exemptions to people. The thing about it's a novel coronavirus. I try to explain this so many times to people, even outside of the studio. A novel coronavirus where the medical sciences of the day have not made a determination whether the quarantine period is 14 days, whether it's 28 days or 45 days or what have you.
That's right.
It is unknown.
All right, and you want me to say to the citizens of this country who are outside, I don't understand it. Wait until I understand it and then bring you home? That defies logic. That defies your right as a citizen.
No, you can't.
And this is why
you come into a conclusion. You come into a conclusion without any supporting evidence. I never said that. I never said that. I'm just putting forward an argument to you.
You're saying until I understand it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Given what we have thus far, if we have 10,000 people coming in, let's say by weekend, where you suggest we put them? Where are we going to get the bed space? Where are we going to get the frontline workers? Do you know that it costs over $1,000 a day to house and comfort a COVID-19 patient?
Well, I don't know how much it costs.
Partner, I enjoy talking to you.
No, I agree. But what I'm telling you is that it could have had 50,000 people that come in this country. One, the first thing, they have a right to do so. The second thing is that the government will demonstrate its skill and capacity to manage it. Now, it could start from a cut in a multipurpose hall in a school or a classroom, or it could go up to go into ICU in one of the hospitals.
All right, partner, you and I can have this discussion from now until the call comes home. We share different views, but I have other callers on the line. I enjoy our conversation, and I always enjoy talking to you.
Yes.
But we share a different view this morning. Thank you very much for your call with me, though. Thank you very much.
Sir.
Yeah.
I
maintain my position.
I think the point has been missed. The thing is that people are being granted exemptions. People are being allowed to come home, but on a phase basis where the government will be able to manage the number of persons. And then now, Kenrick, we have what is possible sporadic spread, and we don't even know how many other persons were affected by this. And just this morning, 4 o'clock this morning, when I woke up, I got a video on my WhatsApp there, and I'm looking at these Trinidadians. Clearly, we are a lawless society, and I'm looking at a video where there was a party, a big party, and police officers went to stop the party, and I'm looking at these people up in the officers' face and opposing the officers, and just to think that we're here, some of us may not have some of us don't have the virus, but there are persons with the virus. And yet still, when they try to enforce the laws, they're getting opposed by the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And then now you're saying open the borders and allow these people to come home. What will happen if they come home?
Good question indeed. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
And good morning to you.
That hullabaloo about opening the borders and bringing people here should not happen. They shouldn't talk about it, because how much people you have outside to come back here, they are all potential carriers.
Of course.
And suppose we get 500 people test positive when they come in. Do we have 500 beds to keep them in there? It is rather unfortunate that those people are outside here. But we have to protect the million and more people that here in Trinidad and Tobago.
My friend, you should go to the head of the class. I totally agree.
We have to protect. Because if we didn't do that, just one person with that virus come in here and go undetected, it would be hell in Trinidad and Tobago. And we see how fast that thing is spread. I came from the United States on the 19th of January, and I have quarantined myself home here in Claxon Bay. The furthest I ever went since this time is by the supermarket in Marbella. And then I have my mask and all kind of stuff. I don't want to catch that. I am an old guy. I cannot afford to die now. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your... No, and I agree. Look, people may describe me or paint me in whatever way. It really don't matter to me. I just call it as I see it, and we can debate this. I agree with the government of the day, the decision taken by the government of the day, as it relates to bringing people into the country on a phase basis, depending on the capacity, whether we have the health system to deal with it. You cannot put these people who are, let's say, coming from abroad into our health system. There must be a parallel health system where you take care of these people. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Kenrick,
good morning.
Callers ago said that our schools are equipped to deal with mass influx of people. I say no. Many of our schools are just classrooms. You have to walk down the corridor to the washroom, all kind of thing. The only schools that may accommodate some of the people would be some of the special residential schools, that have been built with that kind of arrangement, where you have dormitory type settings and you could accommodate and isolate people.
Yeah, but I'm talking here about the cost factor in all of this.
There is a cost factor.
I'm talking about providing, let's say, thousands and thousands of beds.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of protective equipment. Thousands of nurses.
Yeah. I think our parallel health system could hold a maximum of 1,000 people based on what we've been told. And we should not exceed more than 600 at any given time.
Agreed.
And I understand the last caller argument, about people have a right. Everybody have a right.
Everybody have a right to go away too.
But this is not a situation where it's a normal situation. It's very
not.
Unusual.
It is unusual, and even in a natural disaster like a hurricane, etc. The amount of people you could have accommodated in a shelter at one time, you have to reduce that number by a given percentage. You understand? So you just can't say, all right, let me bring in everybody and cause more chaos and more panic in the system. You saw what happened yesterday?
Yes.
One person in Riverside Plaza, they said they detect have it.
Yeah.
And 400 people. 400 people have to go home, whether it's for a day or two or whatever the situation is. That is the kind of catastrophic effect you're going to feel with this kind of situation.
And more than that too, in TNTEC in Marabella, there was a suspected case, and now this suspected case did not enter into the on the premises, was on the outside. They shut down the entire operations and had to sanitize the entire facility.
Now, I want to go on to another topic, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yesterday I was in an established furniture store, and after they were allowed to reopen, this furniture store cut staff in all branches. So the unemployment rate has gone up significantly. You understand? What they did, they tested the temperature, they took a contact number, just in case. You understand? Which is good, and all businesses should apply that. But some of these places, even do not have washroom facilities for their customers. You have to stay there for an hour. You want to use the washroom, you have to go somewhere else and find somewhere else to use it. And in those somewhere else places, the Ministry of Health and the Food Department have to survey these places more vigilantly. Because I went to that particular washroom. I don't know if it was washed. I don't know if people have a bad habit of how to use a washroom because they're not flushing after and all that kind of thing. A serious, Kenneth. A serious. And with this COVID-19, we need to have our monitors, our people who are assigned and paid to do that kind of inspection, do it unannounced so that...
Bawani, my friend, I always maintain that there are certain areas of concern and challenges by which
normal circumstances.
By which politicians should not use it for political gains.
Yeah.
Health, security, economy, and education.
I agree.
And I am saying this matter facing us today should not be championed on the political front to use it for political ammunition. Yeah.
I agree. I endorse that. I endorse that.
Open the borders. Let our nationals come home like Moses.
Yeah.
And put them where? I've been asking this question for the longest while. Put them where?
You have nowhere to put them.
And then you have a political activist actually writing one set of nonsense and talking about discrimination. This is what he's talking about.
It is not
discriminating against whom?
Exactly. Many of the persons who, I know, we may be wrong, we may be right. Many of the persons who want to come in are persons who have left Trinidad and Tobago, thrown away their roots because they say, I don't want to live here. And now the pressure taking them in those other countries, and they're glad to come back home. You understand? You understand? So all of these things people have to take into consideration. You don't use Trinidad and Tobago conveniently because things outside there are rough. You understand? You agreed to move on.
And we talk about the rights of individuals, yes?
Yeah, but you see, those individuals playing a double game too. You understand? Because you want national status.
In essence, you agree with the decisions taken by the government of the day as it relates to this matter, yes?
I have no problems with that.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much. And I'm reading a statement here coming from one Devant Maharaj. He's saying, now that the criteria have been disclosed, however, it raises more questions than answers, as many persons who fulfill the criteria were refused entry, whilst others who did not were granted exemptions and allowed in. Well, we can always have that argument. If you're looking for an exemption, you can manufacture all sorts of reasons, all sorts of excuses.
Of course.
Why I was not granted an exemption. Yeah. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Here, this debt does not discriminate. So when they write over the right, I don't know if that they must be playing for some political gain or something. So they could keep writing. Debt does not discriminate. And there's something that's burning in my mind as a ex-cane farmer. That thing that the ANBD distribute out or finish out, win money. You understand?
Yeah.
Where's that guy Tanku? He's supposedly updating people.
Who's Tanku you talking about? The former secretary or the current secretary of the United National Congress?
No.
Who?
The guy who is coming.
Oh, you're talking about Tambi.
Yeah, where is he?
Sukaran Tambi. Well, I don't know. He missing in action. I haven't seen him. I heard from him a
long
time.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. They investigate the case, and from what I have heard, the money that's was 400 million. Now I don't know if it's 549, but anyway, I'm only interested in that 400 million that came from Europe.
No, hold on. I think you're tying up the two different things here altogether. Let me again emphasize. The money owed to cane farmers or given by the European Union is a different matter altogether. That is for cane farmers. What you're talking about, the EMBD, that EMBD would have developed lands for ex-colony workers. They're two different things. And as a cane farmer, I'm surprised that you don't know that. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
And good morning to you, Mr. Kenrick.
And good morning to you. Well, I understand that you are being groomed for a senator job, boy.
I will serve in any capacity right now. The reason for it, my brother, is because our country need to be saved. And I will say, bring them, put them in the Hilton Hotel. That's why you bring in the cricketers and put them there.
No, hold on. You and I would have exhausted this argument already.
Right.
Don't go there.
No, I hear you talking this morning, so I just giving you a little tip, you understand? But I hear the leader of the People's National Movement is telling people, if the UNC and Kamla Persad-Bissessar get into office, they're going to interfere with the money in unit trust. And all this other money going out and talking about the National Lottery Board and all this other things that he's talking about. But that is the same leader who take the backbone, the Mara, the savings, $22 billion, and up to now nobody know where the money gone.
Well, I have no idea what you're talking about, you know.
No, I am telling you, it's in the public domain. He said it last night because according to you, my good friend Kenrick, he says good to listen to people. So I listen, and digest what I can digest, and I'll leave some in the corner so someday I might pick it up. It might be useful to me. That's like how A say it now. You understand? And I hear a man who's desperate. The leader of the People's National Movement is desperate because you know why? I see my good friend, you know, she resigned, she got away from the PNM because she realized that the PNM have no leader. The PNM have...
Bank Village, I love to engage you in conversation, you know. But you keep going on the same mantra over and over. I always told you that you should get in touch with the hierarchy of the United National Congress and make some sort of representation to see if they could put you on the platform. Don't come on this station and campaign. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Why you don't treat this so?
No, I had to treat you like that because you're talking the same thing over and over again.
I never talk about...
Wait, hold
on.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question this morning. Do you think that all nationals wanting to come home should return home? Should be given an exemption?
Of course, correct.
Okay, good. Hold on. Hold on. And put them where?
I'm not going to put them in the Hyatt. Put them in the...
But look, you serious? You really serious about what's happening in Trinidad and Tobago? Or you looking to score political points this morning with me? Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, you can call us this morning at 636-7547 and 227-5739. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Kenrick. Let me finish say where I had to see now.
Go ahead.
When pressure was put on the former Prime Minister about that same money, she said she gave that money to the Minister of Planning. When some pressure put on the Minister of Planning, he said he gave that money to ENBD to make road. But he didn't say to make road for no cane farmers, you know. He said that money was used to make access road for Caroni workers.
And go to the head of the class. You're totally correct.
I know.
They could not account for how that money was spent. That money was given by the European Union for ex-cane farmers.
That's right.
Not for ex-Caroni workers, not to develop land and roads and infrastructure for ex-Caroni workers, but for the benefit of cane farmers who did not receive a visa package. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. Anytime I think how I had to take a gilpin and cut cane and bundle, right, for private people, that hurt me, man. And I want to see somebody go to jail. And you know, they can't show the road. This is 173 kilometers of road.
So where are these roads?
That's exactly. Where the roads? But a certain minister, to divvy up that money, he had 5 preferred contractors.
All right, no. You'll get me in trouble. You'll get me in trouble. Let's don't go there. You will get me in trouble. My apologies as we move on with our conversation. You see, when you come on radio, my friend, I will give you the time. But as a responsible media house, I won't encourage you to get us into any problems whatsoever by calling people names and making certain allegations which you cannot substantiate nor can I. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Kenrick.
Good morning to you, my friend.
Right. 2 points I want to make.
Yeah.
Point number one. What is Nafisa Mohammed bringing to the table?
Well, she comes from a very popular family in the San Juan Barataria
But you
area.
from a popular family too?
Well, not politically, of course.
No, but you're from a popular family?
Yes.
If you join the UNC, what are you bringing to the table?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Remember, she was a candidate and she didn't win the seat.
Yes.
So, but for all those die-hard UNC supporters, should the UNC win the election, Nafisa Mohammed going to get a very big position against all those people who work in the trenches. Wait and see for your own self.
Oh, no, hold on. So they're looking for our food then?
Huh? Yes.
So no, I am being quite bluntly. So we're saying Peter Taylor looking for food.
All of them. And listen, at the expense of those who have been working in the trenches.
Well, Gypsy found his food, you know.
Like one of the ex-announcers within who was there with Mukesh on our afternoon program was the MC.
All right. Please.
No. But okay. We've set a point. Right. Let's go to our next point.
I mentioned that to our colleague yesterday. they took me to task for it, you know.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Can I give you with the returning nationals? I'm going to tell you something. I know for a fact because there's someone who I know very well is working with the data of the persons who are applying to come back. Right? There are more than 6,500 requests. Or applications or requests, right? Well, no application requests. Good. And there are daily requests. This might span out to be between 8 to 10,000, let me say, applications.
Oh, let's put a ballpark figure, 10,000.
Good. You bring half of them. Where you going and put them, boy?
Well, tell that to one of my callers this morning.
Where you putting them? And listen, remember we do
no, hold on. The caller suggests that we open these schools and them, you know, these facilities that we built for such.
But those are not self-quarantine. Those will be community-based quarantine. Agreed? Because if you put 200 people in a school, it's not 200 that I'm going individually and staying in a classroom and self-quarantine yourself for 14 days. Agreed?
And hold on, let me add to the argument. You have a complement of, I'm just using a ballpark figure here, or let's say about 10,000, let's say healthcare workers, nurses and so on. Right. You have about all of these nurses, looking after the health care of patients at various hospitals throughout the country. Where are we going to get the nursing personnel to deal or handle these patients?
We don't.
And then again, you have to have protective equipment. And these personnel must be trained in a particular way.
And Kenrick, listen to me. The ratio of returning nationals getting a positive case is 15% of every 100. Right?
And what are the rights of these nationals living abroad?
Right. So let us say, one I call let me say we take 100 people and put them in a school to stay. Good. The chances are 10 of those people will be tested positive based on current ratios. Good.
And mind you, these schools are in what you call quote unquote residential areas.
Right.
Good.
So you have 10 positive cases in a school. It means those other 90 people not going to be released after 14 days. They have to continue to remain in quarantine. Agreed? Because they would have been exposed to somebody who tested positive. So you will have a continuous cycle of people remaining in quarantine because you might have more and more cases coming up. I mean, I empathize with people out there. I empathize, but at the end of the day, you need to protect your troops who are on the ground.
All right, so you support my argument then?
I support that argument from day one.
Yeah, because I've been saying that for longer. It's not that. And this element of discrimination does not come into the equation, you know.
No, it doesn't. And listen, anyone could put forward a proper argument of where you're going. One man say house them in Hilton.
He's serious? He's not serious.
They shouldn't even entertain that stupidity to talk.
They should put them in Bank Village. Yes?
What they call licensing office.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you very much. No, we have to be serious about this. This is a very serious matter. According to our caller there, I don't know where he getting his figures from, but let's say 8,000 people wanting to come back home. And these 8,000 people would have been granted an exemption. Where are you going to house them? Where? Tell me. At 975? No, certainly not. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kenrick. Let me just run two things by you. One, Mr. Manning did something similar with monies to the Caroni workers from the European Union when he said that money is not to go directly to the workers, but for infrastructure to build the lands to give it to them, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, quite true.
So he too gone and interfering in people's money. And secondly, some of the UNC supporters questioning the movement by Nafisa Mohammed. Short and simple, let me tell her something. She's free to do what she wants. And she could bring more PNM votes to the UNC. PNM votes to the UNC than anybody in the UNC party at this moment. Bear in mind, if she get a position and she help the UNC to win, nothing wrong in that. Because the present UNC leader has never won an election against Keith Rowley. So look at it logically. She never won an election against Keith Rowley. She might win this one on her own. But you're willing to take that chance if you're getting help? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Well, you know, a thought has just come to me. Here it is. These supporters of the United National Congress are welcoming Nafisa Mohammed into the fold of the United National Congress. Not that I'm saying that she is a member, but she has thrown her support behind the UNC and more so Saddam Hussein. But these very same hypocrites talking about Ricky Jai singing a song for the People's National Movement. Come on, people, we need to be real in this country, you know. Anyway, let's go to some commercials here this morning, and when I come back, we'll continue with our discussion. 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us here.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rosha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
This is Samaru Ramru inviting you on a journey down memory lane with enchanting songs on the program Nightline, Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Let your heart sing along with the music on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with a Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded.
I have journeyed.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
For all the years I live in this country, the only time I see real progress was under the UNC. Places that had no water and roads, nobody lost their jobs. and they manage this country like a real boss. The happiest times was under UNC. The last 5 years under PNM was the worst I ever see in all my life. Lord, I hope they may come back. That will be real trouble for we. Real trouble. What will happen to the people, to the children, and to this country if PNM come back, Lord? I want back my life. I want back my future. On August 10th, I am voting UNC.
On August 10th, all you come out and vote UNC. Come out, vote UNC.
That was a paid political announcement. The following is a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNL.
That was a paid political announcement.
Yes, we're heading up to the hour of 8 o'clock. It's just about 6 minutes here to the hour of 8. And that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Mr. Rajendra Ramprasad, who is the People's National Movement candidate for the constituency of Couva South. You're with 975 FM Hot Like Pepper, the morning program. We're heading up to the hour of 8 o'clock. Remember, you can call us at 636-7547, 227-5739. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Hello, yes, Ken.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning, good morning.
First-time caller from San Juan.
Good morning and welcome to our program.
Thank you so much. I would be very happy if you could play the guy's song that you mentioned just now that everybody giving him licks for now.
Who's that? Ricky Jai?
Ricky Jai, yes.
Well,
yes, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I will try to get it before the day is through, my friend. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Right.
Make your comment.
Okay, then. Thank you.
All right. I thought he wanted to expand on his comments with me this morning. Well, I have not heard the song. All I know is what is being said on the media, that Ricky Jai would have sung a song or composed a song in support of the People's National Movement. I ask the question, so what is wrong? Is it because of his name, because of his ethnicity, he should not support the People's National Movement? Or as an entertainer, he should not support the People's National Movement? In terms of songs, what about those Afro-Trinis who supports the UNC and sing songs or compose songs in support of Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the United National Congress. Is that not hypocrisy? What is wrong with you people outside there? All your pulling yampi away from all your eye now. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Kenrick. But if one remembers carefully, you would also remember that Sundar Popo sang a song for the PNM in an election on the behalf of the PNM. And so if Ricky Jai now sing a song, his money they get in, there's a work.
The man is a businessman.
People have to understand that. And secondly, callers, if the United National Congress didn't ask them to sing a song for them, and the PNM asked them, what's the problem? I don't see no problem in that.
Well, there's a particular artist who goes by the name of some Mohan, I can't remember his first name, who usually supports the United National Congress and sings songs in support of the party. Are you aware that he's an older man, my friend?
He's an older man?
Yeah.
And okay. So
good. No, I just try to establish that. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. And if you go back to Massive Hussain, he was a big UNC supporter, and he sang a song or campaign against them. I'm not sure about the songs. I'll withdraw that part of it.
My contention here is this. So what? What's the big issue?
Well, this is it.
What's the big issue?
What's the big issue? Yeah, you can't look at these small petty things, man.
Okay,
right.
I hear you, my friend.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much for your... Yeah. What's the big issue? If Ricky Jai sing a song or compose a song in support of the People's National Movement, what's so wrong about that? People calling the man grasshopper and whatever. But people outside, they're so puerile, boy. Anyway, good morning and welcome to 975. Good morning.
Hey, morning, Mr. Kenrick. Morning, Ms. Nicole Duki.
Yeah, good morning. Nicole is Nicole has just
this morning. I just telling you a happy good morning and let me say some prayers and hope this COVID thing has spread further. Too much thing to discuss. But the thing about it, and two things have cut across all barriers in life, entertainment and sports. Like the only two events that cut across all barriers, or like used to cut across all barriers, but like they cut across barriers again. You know, when you go and listen to that old guy, so wherever you hear about that, no problem, I know scene. Sports, when you go to a football or cricket match or anything, it doesn't matter. We with the fans, I don't know, like the society get kind of sensitive now where we have two vehicles that used to cut through all barriers. And those vehicles now get hiccups in the road. Yeah, man. I mean, it's election time, it's sports time, it's carnival time. We had to mix and mingle. Besides, I don't always say religion and politics. That I have no right to mix in our personal life. You and Mr. Kenrick are friends. Me and you are friends. Those two entities, keep them out. We have family talk and we carry on. Yeah, man. Right.
All right, friend. Well, thank you very much for your contribution.
Yeah, man.
We're moving up to the hour of 8 o'clock. We'll take the 8 o'clock newscast with Uma Ratan Singh. And when we come back, we'll be into the final hour of today's edition of the morning program. You Talk 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us here.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 975 FM. Music for you. It's all about you. New 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, multicultural radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Elisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is the 8 a.m. news on U97.5, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio. I am Uma Rajan Singh. Good morning. The United National Congress has accused government of being less than truthful about testing for the COVID-19. The party blames the People's National Movement Administration for the surge of new COVID-19 cases. Recent cases have been a mix of imported, primary contacts, and apparent sporadic local spread. According to the UNC, government has employed tactics of public relations gimmickry on increasing testing. The party questioned whether testing had been ramped up at all. The UNC said this was evidence that TNT is not managing COVID-19 as well as the current administration would like the public to believe. It said the health minister should be held directly responsible. The Trinidad and Tobago of Industry and Commerce is calling for masks wearing to be made mandatory while out in public spaces. In a media release on Tuesday, the Chamber expressed concerns over the recent cases of COVID-19 in this country. The Chamber said there is an increased need to control the spread of the virus in the best interest of the citizens and for the country's long-term economic well-being. It noted that it was clear that some of the health guidelines were not followed. The Chamber added, where possible, businesses should keep a detailed log of persons entering and leaving their establishments. This is if there is the need for contact tracing. $12 million in funding have been disbursed to small and medium enterprises. This funding is to assist these businesses with manufacturing. On Tuesday, Minister of Trade and Industry Paula Gopi-Skoon explained that the grant fund facility provides funding for up to 50% and up to a value of $250,000.
The grant fund facility covers the cost of new capital requirements, machinery, equipment, tools, and software, and it's applicable to the sectors of manufacturing, agriculture and agro-processing, financial services, maritime, creative industries, software design and applications, fish and fish processing.
One recipient of the ministry's grant fund facility was Kent Farms Limited, which received $176,000 to assist with fish farm processing.
For economic growth and a mechanism for diversifying economies in the Caribbean and beyond. Today's event underscores the government's continued investment in local talent and creativity in accordance with Vision 2030 and the report of the Roadmap to Recovery Committee.
The voice of Minister of Trade and Industry, Paula Gopi-Skoon. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is expected to provide counseling to a 5-year-old boy who found the body of his father. On Saturday morning, the body of Abisaja John was found in the bedroom of his home along Bagatelle Road, Diego Martin. Police suspect that John may have been killed overnight. John's 5-year-old son woke up on Saturday morning and attempted to wake his father. However, John did not move. The boy then went outside and found a neighbor and asked for help to wake up his father, and that is when they realized that John had been killed. Police have no motive for this incident, as John's relatives did not know of any threats or disagreements the contractor would have had with anyone from the community. A 38-year-old Princestown man has been arrested and charged with the possession of cocaine for trafficking. Deon Walters of New Grand was held with 102 grams of cocaine during an anti-crime exercise conducted in the Southern Division earlier this week. Reports indicate that officers received a tip-off during an operation where they proceeded to Mark Village, Moruga. Upon searching, officers found one shotgun along with 2.27 kilograms of marijuana in a bushy area and 1,500 marijuana trees, which were destroyed, while one rectangular block of plant-like material resembling marijuana was also discovered at the 6th Company Circular in Moruga. The exercise was conducted by officers from the Southern Division Task Force and K9 Branch. Regionally in St. Lucia, The St. Lucia Tourism Authority informed the public that action was taken against a visitor to the island who refused to comply with St. Lucia's COVID-19 protocols. In a release sent out yesterday, the SLTA revealed that on Thursday, July 23rd, a visitor was placed in a government-operated state quarantine facility after spending several nights at a certified hotel. However, on July 24th, the visitor was subsequently escorted to the Hewanora International Airport and departed on a flight to their original jurisdiction. These actions were taken as there were repeated reports of protocol infringements on the part of the visitor. These infringements were flagged by the management of the hotel. Travel protocols were made public internationally since May and were introduced to the visitor on arrival to St. Lucia on more than one occasion. And internationally, Hong Kong's city leader Carrie Lam is warning that the hospital system could face collapse as it grapples with a sharp rise in coronavirus cases. Lam said the city was on the verge of a large-scale community outbreak, urging people to stay indoors. New regulations kicked in on Wednesday included mandatory face masks and the closure of dine-in restaurants. Hong Kong, which had early success against COVID-19, is now regularly reporting over 100 new daily cases. Less than a month ago, the average number of new daily cases was under 10, but is now reporting its biggest one-day rise in cases. Carrie Lam's remarks came as Hong Kong confirmed another 106 coronavirus cases on Tuesday and reported its 23rd overall death. And on to your weather report. Today will be mostly cloudy with periods of rain and showers in varying localities. Showers will become heavy and thundery in a few areas. Seas moderate with waves 2 meters in open waters and near 1 meter in sheltered areas. Heavy showers and thunderstorms may be accompanied by gusty winds and street or flash flooding. High tides at 11:55 p.m., low tides at 5:18 p.m. Current temperature is 29 degrees and expected to reach a high of 33 degrees Celsius. And that brings us to the end of the news to 8 a.m. Join us at 10 a.m. for more news. I am Uma Ratan Singh, wishing you a good morning. Back to Kenrick Jagannath.
Well, thank you very much, Uma, for that 8 o'clock newscast. You can log on to us at 10 o'clock for other news update right here on 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Just about 9 minutes here past the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's go to the lines this morning. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 975. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Kenrick. Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ellie. How are you going? All I get blows yesterday, boy.
I listen, and I'm shaking my head.
All I get blows yesterday, boy.
Well, but we go to boy. Well, we start hot and just boiling like magic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the talk is about the pull-up players, but Kenrick, they're the best pull-up players we have presently.
Well, this is what I've been trying to say for the longest while.
Yeah. We gotta be real. They're the best pull-up players. I mean, everybody want to kill Cornwall, but say what?
Mm-hmm.
If I cause the coach work, because it look like he had a big stake.
Cornwall would have been among the top wicket takers in the domestic season.
All the way.
So you
I
have
want to make a comment here. I have you see this issue with Ricky Jairing?
Mm-hmm.
I want to stay clear from that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I find over the years, artists get the brunt of people rage.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Rashotti's Circle family, Abby Blackman. They had to go and apologize in a tent for doing some jingle. Why is our people we are be so backward for?
Mm-hmm.
Leave the artists to sing, leave the sportsmen to do what they want to do. They're there to entertain people. That word entertain, not to influence people.
Mm-hmm.
One officer do that she business, she's a big one. Right? So I live in Sawabat, she's a member of the community. She's a big woman, she chooses her line, that she business.
Mm-hmm.
Things more serious right now. My problem now is your mother Trinidad outside that can't come home.
No, but the thing about hold on. The thing about it, you're talking about a line. Nafisa Mohammed, from all reports, has not aligned herself with the United National Congress. In essence, she would have thrown her support behind Saddam Hussein.
Thank you. That's all.
Yeah. She. I don't know whether she's a member of the United National Congress. I don't know. I can't say.
The last time I checked, they say once you're over 18 years, you're free to associate politically who you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I checked, the laws are once you're over 18,
Mm-hmm.
you're free to associate, you're free to drink alcohol.
No, but I take issue when people look. I'm from the same jurisdiction as Ricky Jai. I know him pretty well. Right? I know him pretty well. The thing about it, why people must call him grasshopper and aligning yourself with the People's National Movement, supporting the People's National Movement. So what is wrong with Ricky Jai singing a song or composing a song in support of the People's National Movement? I see nothing wrong in it.
Sparrow, the Real Blues in Eagles.
Yeah. I see nothing wrong in it.
Sparrow, the greatest calypso there in the world. Mighty Sparrow get blues.
And my colleague Nicole here this morning would have identified some other Afro entertainers who would have appeared on the platform of the United National Congress.
Yes, I say all you perform well you want.
Once you're getting paid to do a job, do it.
No, not once you get paid. I mean, you have to be very careful. Because Chris Gayle went in Ghana, went in a political rally, and you guys have in trouble. Right? Chris Gayle went, the man didn't mean nothing. The man is ambassador for the Caribbean. The man fly the Caribbean flag anyway when you will. And because the man went to a political meeting, you will kill the man for that.
And people also took issue with Dwayne Bravo throwing his support or lending his support behind a United National Congress candidate.
Masha
you understand?
Yes.
The man said, friend, if my friend Kendrick John are going up and I decide to leave someone, go help you, he's my friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I care about you, he's my friend, and I want to work with you, but you won't take that bit. What I say? Too much. That is big dance group. Shiv Shakti, them gone out of existence too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these decisions are far-reaching repercussion. And as far as I'm concerned, Ricky Jai is one of the better performers they have right now. That's my favorite artist.
But hold on.
He has held the title of Chutney Soca Monarch for 9 times,
Yeah, but hold on. We have bigger issues in front of us,
Yeah.
COVID-19.
Of course, COVID-19.
Whether observers will be here for the 2020 general election is another matter. The influx of Venezuelans and whether they bring in the virus into the country. We have real challenges in front of us.
But yet still
and then how much thousand Trinidadian outside?
Mm-hmm.
Those are citizens that we have to take care of. Mm-hmm. If we can't bring them home, we have to take care of them.
Well, I think some measure is being made to take care of these nationals, but a determination will be made.
Yeah.
It's not across the board. A determination must be made
persons
as
who
to
genuinely need it. Yes.
You see, sometimes your past just come back to haunt you. Trinidadian too scampish, boy.
Very much so.
Kendrick, between you, real money share, man.
Yeah.
Real money. I have a partner get $20,000. I say, boy, you're ashamed to tell people that, boy. Mm-hmm. Nothing happened to he, and he get $20,000 being flooded out. Mm-hmm. I say, boy, gosh, boy, you have a little conscience somewhere along the line, man. Mm-hmm. He happy, he get money. I say, you go paid back, you have to pay back sooner or later. So, as I say, Kendrick, we concerned now with this corona thing, because I find too many cases popping up now.
No, and why so many cases are popping up? Because we have more and more nationals coming into the country.
What is worrying is the fact that these persons, these recent cases, they can't even determine where they contracted the virus from. And that is the worrying part of it.
You know how challenging and how much resources is needed to do contact tracing, my friend?
Yeah, but let me tell you something. And you'll be guessing too.
Yeah.
Now, the government said they'll be guided by the science.
Yes.
By the science. But thinking about the election has nothing to do with the science. Thinking about election is as far as I'm concerned, it's foolishness.
No, but the Prime Minister did indicate that the election will not be guided by COVID-19,
There we go.
Yeah, you understand?
But all the time you're making them based on the sciences.
Yes.
You have motorcade, you had this, you had that, you had the other. You can't get out. I see motorcade on the road.
No. And this is why this is where you and I disagree. If the Prime Minister would have said, "Look, we're going to postpone election because of COVID-19," you would have heard all this hue and cry in the country. Well, he frayed election. He frayed this, he frayed this, and frayed that.
And call it now and said it did. But
the Prime Minister,
by science.
The Prime Minister decided to call an election. Some people now are saying, "Well, postpone the election." That same PEP leader was calling for the election, Dr. Rowley called election, no.
Yes.
Now he's saying cancel election, postpone election.
And the thing is that up to yesterday, the EBC said that it has received no request for the election to be postponed. So even if you're calling on the government, on the government to postpone the election, why didn't you do it yourself? Why didn't you submit a request yourself? So I guess Mr. Alexander has to...
Kenrick, you want everybody curve.
Yes.
The curve is here now. Because now it's every day we get 2 and 3.
Well,
and as we keep digging, you'll get more.
Very much so.
Well, hold on. This is the first wave in the new installment, you know. There are other waves coming later down in the year, you know, and even into next year, you know. You see, my friend, I always advise the listening audience to look at what is happening with BBC.
Take a look at what's happening
and
around
CNN.
the world. That's right.
Yeah, look, India again, India again is serious.
And you will see exactly what is going on.
No, but have some countries get a handle on it. So probably you could turn to those countries for assistance. Because New Zealand seems to have a handle on it. Well, Australia thought they had a handle on it. Well, India say they had the cure, but they had the cure. It's over, on them right now.
There's over 1 million people in India, my friend.
Overpopulated.
Have been infected, yes.
And you see, people have paid the word pandemic. Explain what you mean in a pandemic. A pandemic is a world disease. It's a world sickness. So the sooner we get ourselves going, because it costs in billions and this can lead to destruction, this sickness. So as I say, Kenrick, let me go ahead and let me keep hope for the best.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you very much.
Well, Kenrick,
yes.
I'm looking here at the Prime Minister, the opposition leader, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, posted this morning on her social media page. And this one is stating, PM Rowley must cancel TNT's hosting of 2020 CPL games now in the wake of new COVID-19 community spread. And she goes on to say, good morning, everyone. The daily rise in the number of positive COVID-19 cases throughout TNT cause for very serious It confirms the failed, lying, destructive Rowley government engaged in a deliberate sham COVID-19 testing policy to hide the incidence of local spread of the deadly disease. And of course, it's a very long media statement.
Is this the same opposition leader who would have called on Dr. Keith Rowley to bring our nationals home?
Yeah.
Open our borders, bring our nationals home. Is this the same opposition leader?
Well, we only have one opposition leader, don't we?
No. I want to know if this is the same opposition leader who called on Dr. Keith Rowley to open the borders and let our nationals come home.
Yes.
Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning. Could you lower the volume on
your radio, my friend? Lower the volume.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just like to reaching out to the people who is the local people that have been looking for work, right? I want to say in every country, right, it have people that will give to society as into working, and it have will not be working. And we had to look out for these people. What did I was I went in a business, and I see the business owner, he introducing a Venezuelan to some other Venezuelan inside his store. That is a new worker. He can't even talk Venezuelan properly. And them could have introduced he to the Venezuelan that was in his store all the time. Right? I sit down by the bar sipping a beer, and I see a lady, she passed me watching me in my eye. I see she passed back watching me in my eye. I say, I can help you, miss? What's going on? She say, boy, it's whole day I walking, boy. Whole day I walk in the street here. She gone in the bar there to look for a work thing. When I watch the woman, I say, Miss Lady, I don't think, a bar, I watch at you looking for a work thing, and this is what's going on in the country. I want the business owners to know that Trinidad could get COVID-19  5 times. 5 times.
Well, I'm trying to understand his level of argument. I guess he's saying that business people are showing preferential treatment to Venezuelan nationals, or rather, Venezuelan who are in the country, giving them preferential treatment for jobs as opposed to locals. Is that what you're saying, my friend? Let's take this caller. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Kenrick. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Shiraz.
Good morning, Larry. What's happening?
Kenrick, you remember the time when we were talking about mask and stuff, and I told you that I posed a question to the Minister of Health as an asthmatic patient, and the minister came out in a meeting and he said that if you cannot wear a mask, he identified that you can wear a face shield.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Kenrick, I want the business community to understand something. They're having signs up at front of the doors marking no mask, no service. And when you're walking with a face shield, you are being turned away. Kenrick, people in this country really need to be educated properly. And one of the things I'm asking you, 97.5, to do is to pull back that clip from the WHO of the requirements of the type of mask you need to wear if you're a certain age bracket. Because a lot of people is wearing something under their nose, on top of their forehead, and it is not being protected. Reason why we have to wear a mask is to protect us from being infected and to protect other people we come in contact with if we can infect them. Because Trinbagonians in this country do not know really what they want. 1 minute, bring them in, 1 minute, lock the borders, 1 minute, open the borders. Leaders in this country are not leaders anymore, Kenrick. The tit for tat on this election campaign is the worst. They all want to get into office. Sad to say this morning, election is just a stone throw away coming up, right? The month is almost done. Maybe 12, 13 days again we have for the election. And the member of parliament who have to represent my community has not walked to meet the people to discuss flooding matters, what the United National Congress can put in its manifesto.
Yeah, but why should he engage in any walk about when he will win, whether he walk or not?
And you see, this is the problem we face. Okay, I listened to the conversation whole morning since I came in from my office. Right now, Orlando Octave, who's an entertainer, is on a UNC truck.
That's what I said this morning. Yes.
Yes, I saw it on Facebook.
Yes.
And
but David
the United National Congress diehard supporters, they are taking this thing out of context, Kenrick. And I do not understand why. Kenrick, let me say this blatantly this morning. Yes, we have nationals across the world need to come home, and I understand that. I am not going to fight on emotion to say that bring them in. Kenrick, my wife and son is in Canada, trapped in COVID-19 country, where cases are multiplying by the days and by the hours. And yet I have told my wife, stay where you are. Do not file for an exemption to come home. Because if you come home here, you may not like the quarantine you are getting, know any type of person you are, you may complain. And I said, listen, stay put. When the borders open up, we have money, use it to suit, stay where you are. Make sure that you are safe. Right now in Canada, if you leave your house and you go out, you are caught without a mask on, you are charged $1,000 to start with. Canadian money.
Well, hold on. That is a conversation which will now take place. It was suggested yesterday that nationals of this country will be mandated to wear masks out in the public.
Yes.
And if you are caught without this mask, you will be prosecuted, my friend.
Kenrick, let me give you a typical example. This morning happened in the DB Quick Shop. I going to fill diesel in my van. And I walked in the establishment with my surgical mask on. The security guard telling a guy who come to use his debit card, say, in order to come into the establishment, you have to have your mask on. He started to argue. I said, boss man, the woman doing her job, you need to put on a mask. The matter that cost me. Kenrick, let me say it now. Better COVID-19 come here and kill all the fools in this country.
Yeah, but you'll kill you too, right?
Larry.
It'll kill you, right?
No, because if you, Kenrick, listen, you want to live long, I want to live long and enjoy the fruits of this country and enjoy the wealth of this country and live here happy. But there are people in this country, Kenrick, really do not understand how serious COVID-19 is.
That's right.
It all started with one person, and look where it is today. I am saying it this morning, Kenrick.
We take things for granted in this country, Larry. That is what it is.
I am saying it this morning.
For granted.
I am saying it this morning, just as I was told to wear a face shield. I'm asthmatic. And I'm doing it, and business people are saying, hey, you can't come in by that mask. Do you know, doctors who are treating patients with COVID is wearing a surgical mask and a face shield? What is the difference in Trinidad that business people need to understand? A face shield, it is just as good as a mask. It is just as good. And I want, Kenrick, please, when you have some spare time, you and Nicolo Ann, go back to the World Health Organization clip from the spokesperson and get that clip and play for people to understand the different type of mask. If you're not suffering with any illnesses of respiratory illnesses, the different age group have to wear certain type of mask, Kenrick. That is important. And Josie can't cut it, Kenrick. A bandana can't cut it. And the next thing too, Kenrick, before I leave, we are all studying about wearing a mask. Do you know the virus can enter through your eyes?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a medical expert.
Yes.
I can only go by what the medical expert has said.
Kenrick, I have been watching CNN and some of the medical doctors and professors who are giving their interpretation, who are qualified people. And you know the best thing to wear right now, Kenrick, is a face shield.
All right, well, let's leave it there for a while. Nicole, I'm reading here with concern, and this is coming from Christian Pereira, who is a member of the clergy. And he is making some statement, and I want to challenge him here this morning. Let me take this call on the line first. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
How are you, and good morning?
Well, thanks for the update yesterday. I would have gotten it, but I couldn't say anything about it because I needed it to be confirmed.
Remind me on the update again?
That's Nafisa Mohammed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is an interesting piece of news.
All right.
Brian, how was the motorcade yesterday?
Which one?
The one in Tunapuna.
Excellent.
Okay.
I haven't seen a motorcade like that for a very, very long time.
All right, but you're encouraging your supporters and party faithfuls, of course, to wear masks and so on.
Well, if you had seen it, every person wore a mask. That was the instruction by the political leader. She herself wore her mask.
Yeah, she wore a mask yesterday.
Right? So, for those people who are saying that she is not wearing a mask, well, it just proves you wrong again. And I'm hearing where people, certain individuals are saying, postpone the election. Well, I'm sorry. An election writ has already been given by Her Excellency, the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. We will have a general election. COVID or no COVID, we are having a general election. Because now is the time to remove the People's National Movement.
All right, Brian, you're campaigning this morning.
Yes,
please don't.
Yes, no campaigning,
all right.
Please.
Yeah. Nicole, I want to deal with this. Listen to this.
Yes.
And I'm quoting from a newspaper report. In the communities from where they come, it is extremely difficult for them to get basic support services like education, food, and healthcare. They are all seeking to better themselves. We, as a welcoming community, must be able to offer compassion and empathy. A basic Christian charity is what we all need to provide them. This is Christian Pereira, a member of the clergy. But I will talk about this in a while. Let me take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Jagannath. How are you, sir, and your co-host?
Good morning.
My co-host here this morning is Nicole Duki. And how are you, my friend? What's happening?
Okay, hello, how are you doing? Hey, can I want to make two comments this morning? One is that I want to support the last caller by saying that any adult person that's dying now with this virus, COVID-19, they should be fined about $15,000 to $20,000 because they know it's a serious matter and they have to look into it very early and don't wait and go and get people sick together and killed. Secondly, I want to comment on the Nafisa resigning from PNM. I think they should all resign many, many years ago because her uncle, the late Kamaluddin, was a founding member of the PNM and he was treated very badly when the late Eric William passed away. He was supposed to be made the Prime Minister when Eric William died and they said they don't want to India now. So this is treatment the Mohammeds get from the PNM and they should all resign from that party long ago. Thank you, sir.
Right. Well, the views of our caller there are not necessarily views of 975. Yeah. So, Christian D. Pereira is the parish priest of St. Benedict's RC Church in La Romaine. I want to ask this priest this morning, how much more can the government and the people of Trinidad and Tobago offer to these Venezuelan migrants? How much more? He talked about empathy. He talked about sympathy. He talked about extending a help to this group of people. But, Pastor, let me remind you, we would have offered over 17 or 16,000 Venezuelans to enter into the country, offering them comfort.
Yes.
How much more can we accommodate? How much more can we give? How much more can we give? And you talk about there are many voices in our country pleading with our government to be sympathetic and not to deport people who have nothing to go back to in their homeland. That is not my problem. That is not my problem. I empathize and I sympathize. But there's only so much we can do. There's only so much we can do as a people and as a government. Anyway, I say no more on that. Nicole, we need to take a commercial break at this time. It's just about 8:30 here in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go to some commercials. Now, when we come back, we'll continue with our discussion. 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Kathy's School Sport Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's School Sport Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with a Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded. You 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.
Join us on the journey to the polls. Find out about the candidates, the campaigns, the promises, and much more. You can now listen to your daily dose of politics, Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m. right here on U97.5, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
Sign my name with a golden pen, a golden pen. Sign my name, yeah. Anyway, we vote in PNM. Sign my name, it's a PNM pen, a PNM pen. How will you sign my name? It's a PNM pen. We vote in PNM.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement. The following is a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 97.5. We have some callers on the line here. Nicole, hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Can I get a minute, please?
Yeah, quickly, Bangladesh.
Again, a rally
is making some statement on the platform that the UNC giving people $300 money and telling the people that when they get into office they got change, they take back the old $100 and give a new one. What the utmost rubbish I have never heard in my life, my brother. You know, Kenrick, this administration see China to bigger real stupid enough. You understand? So you could take $300 old money, you understand? And when you wait and you get power, you go change it. I mean, come on. I mean, the boys can like the people have the ideas, boy.
Yeah, I hear you know, but you see, as I said to you, Mr. Bank Village, this is the silly season, and much and more will be said on political platforms. So don't be surprised, whether it is coming from the United National Congress or the People's National Movement or any other political party. Don't take these people too seriously, my friend, because after the 10th of August, we all have to live here, you know. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Two things, Ken. First of all, tell Mr. Belmont, next time he call, let me hear what George Chambers' qualifications was and which ministry he was minister of. Because they make him prime minister. And next thing, what Bank will it make noise for?
I don't know.
Bank Village, let me tell you something. We know from small, you either dazzle people with brilliance or baffle them with BS. And seeing that the people have no brilliance is BS down the road. And what BS stands for, right?
Well, and it depends on how gullible you are, right? Yeah? To accept everything and anything that is being said on the platform, yeah?
Yeah, man. You see, you have to just listen and laugh, you know. And I tell you something, there are people who believe that, you know. Because you see, some people just like being fooled. They love to be fooled. They love to be stupid. No, there are some people who don't want to be smart at all, you know. And they'll argue and they'll go and say, yes, it's true. Like if it was this. But these talks that they have on the platform, they'll never call somebody name, you know. Because you know it's courthouse.
Well, I've been hearing that people will be locked up, people will be charged over 4 years ago. I haven't seen or heard anything, but as we look at this matter concerning EMBD, I listened to a report last night where the international investigators, the private investigators said, well, look, the evidence are concrete and it's only a matter of time before someone is issued a warrant.
Well, what are we waiting on?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
See,
investigation
and
still
they are also saying that it will be quite let's say unusual at this time to actually issue a warrant for someone, given the fact that we are operating in a very highly political environment.
That is what they will do. This is the time they will do it. The point is this: you wouldn't have done it before, because if you did, a person have did it in court, and chances are your manufactured evidence will not serve in court. So if you take a man to court 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and you have a good high-powered team, your team there and prove himself innocent, you look bad. But when you come on the eve of an election and you lay charges, you know, in this country, you're innocent, you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent, you know. Once they charge you guilty, you know. The next thing, after election, then you find the man wasn't guilty at all. So this is why they wait for election time to come to start to make arrests and charge people. This is the whole strategy of confusion, BS. Because I'm saying this, and I'm challenging both political parties, not one, but Dr. Keith Road in particular. If you have something that you have done that is outstanding, and you have something to come that is outstanding, tell us about it. We want to hear. We want to support that. Don't come on the platform and spend. You stand up there for whatever time, and 45 minutes of that time, you're on Kamla. You know with Kamla? You have a crush on Kamla? Everything you're on Kamla. Then the next one, Alwari. Oh, she have a crush on Keith and for me too. Who a crush on he? Who have a crush on he?
All right, let's leave it there for the hour, Chris. Let's leave it there for the hour. I know that San Fernando West is a very hotly contested constituency.
5 candidates,
yeah. Very hot. That, together with Lopino Bonaire West, hotly contested seat indeed, and also the San Juan Barataria. These seats, whichever party wins these seats, Nicole, I can safely say they will win the general election of 2020.
Yes.
That's my opinion on it. Yes, as we move up to the hour of 8 o'clock, just about, rather 9 o'clock, my apologies, just about 20 minutes here to the hour of 9, and that time check came to you through the kind KGC of Mr. Rajendra Rampasad, the People's National Movement candidate for the constituency of Couva South. You can call us this morning at 378-4975. That's our WhatsApp number, and you can also get us on the studio line at 636-7547 and 227-5739. We are also live on YouTube. All you need to do is hit RCL U975, and yes, you can catch both Nicole Duki and myself as
and
we
we're on
engage
Facebook as well.
Yes, and we are also
U97.
live on Facebook.
Yes.
So you can catch us on those various mediums. So as we move on with our conversation, well, much has been said, Nicole. We've been talking about politics for all morning.
Yes.
Schools still closed, students in self-quarantine. We don't know how the day will pan out. We don't know whether we'll have more cases cropping up, but I can tell you it is quite challenging indeed for the Ministry of Health to conduct any what you'll call contact tracing. It is quite challenging indeed. We also discussed this morning about observers getting into the country for the 2020 general election, and the Prime Minister is calling on the United National Congress to do the right thing and wear a mask. Well, yesterday I listened to some reports, and you should not be surprised, Nicole, if within this week some announcement is made mandating Trinidadians to wear masks.
We are having a Ministry of Health press conference at 11 o'clock today. So,
well, you see,
there
we go.
You never know.
There we go. Well, last week it would have been anticipated that the Minister of Health would have made some sort of announcement
in terms of restrictions.
Yes, but he did not. Today, with this press conference at 11 o'clock, don't be surprised, folks. Don't be surprised.
Expect anything now. Expect anything coming
But
from the government.
have you heard anything concerning the non-appearance of the chief medical officer, Dr. Roshan Parasram? He did not appear at that conference on Monday.
Well, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes they bring in other experts.
And people were speculating that he would have advised the government of the day to mandate people to wear masks. And since they did not adhere to such, well, he decided to stay away from the conference.
No. I think they just brought in different experts, like the primary medical officer of health, and Dr. Avery Hines, of course, who is an expert in terms of in explaining, the whole process of contact tracing and all those different things. So let's see what will happen today and what will be said.
And as I look outside of our studio here, Nicole, I can tell you it's a bit gloomy this morning. And the Met Office would have indicated that, yes, we can expect some showers today.
Of course we can.
There was a level yellow adverse weather alert issued by the Met Office yesterday.
That has been discontinued.
This has been discontinued, and the level downgrade to green. The Met Office said that as of 3:30 p.m. on Tuesday, most of the significant bad weather is now north of Trinidad and Tobago. So that should be good news for us here in the country. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, sir.
The internal clean they had outside the Red House.
Yeah, that's still operational, my friend.
It's still operational?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Well, that's according to the reports as what would have transpired on Monday with Wendell Eversley and these people.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right. I didn't see, so I wonder why nobody protesting about that. There was protest, Black Lives Matter. So much black people died on that day. And you're not seeing the flame, but everybody is quiet as normal. Nothing wrong with that. Very nice. Have a nice day, Henry.
Okay, my friend. Well, thank you very much.
Ken, just some news coming out of the political front. A 29-year-old Aruka man is expected to appear before an Arima magistrate today, charged with attempting to extort $80,000 in harassment of United National Congress candidate for Toko Sanigrand in Nabila Green. So we'll wait the outcome of that.
Yeah. I mean, this man, according to the reports. Anyway, that's a matter heading to court. I'm not going to pronounce on that.
Yes.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Ken, you see the para healthcare. That is handled by Dr. Roshan Sukram. Nobody else.
Dr. Roshan Parasram.
Parashram, and all these persons who worked there worked under his care, his supervision, his directive. Mm-hmm. He managed that situation. Now, when it comes to the entry and people coming here, there's not a manage there. There's a rule, called stop flying. Mm-hmm. No airline coming here without permission from the Ministry of National Security.
Right, and let me add to that. No commercial flights.
You have to manage nothing there, but you have to manage your borders.
That's right.
Your coastline. But the real thing to manage, the PNM failed. The government failed miserably management. What they had to manage, they haven't touched it yet. Roshan Parashram managed what he had to manage. Airport closed. But what they had to manage, the people who come in here illegally, spread this thing, up to now, they haven't done one single thing. And I have said it yesterday and I say it again. I'm not preaching no doom. We have only just begun. 3 schools now closed. Mm-hmm. We will see what will happen by the next week. And at that point in time, I want the same people who not listening, who talking about, oh, we don't clear vessels up there, you know. When they hear the thing hit home, I'm going to hear them. Thank you, Ken.
Okay, friend. Well, thank you very much. Nicole, we need to take a commercial break at this time. And when we come back, we'll wrap up today's edition of the morning program. You Talk, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us here.
Wise Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Cunupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps, plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BT Sino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. K-Wise Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Cunupia.
I have journeyed.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
It's Yummy Tummy Time with Umi. I am Uma Ratan Singh inviting you to join me on Yummy Tummy with Umi.
Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy.
Mondays to Thursdays, just after the 10 a.m. news update and Let's Talk Guyana. Yummy Tummy with Umi brings to you exciting and tasty recipes, and you can even learn to recreate dishes using leftovers. Yummy Tummy with Umi on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Catch us on YouTube at RCL U975 and Facebook. Remember to eat healthy, stay happy. Happy eating!
Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM. U975 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio is coming to you, all loyal listeners, and we're bringing goodies too. That's right, the U975 FM family is taking over the streets with our bandwagon. Starting this Saturday, 11th July 2020, and continuing throughout the upcoming weeks. Central Trinidad, this is your time. Look out for a 40-foot music trailer of raw power, powered by Randy B Sound Company, passing in your area. We start in Couva, then head along the Southern Main Road into Chaguanas. Felicity, you will not be left out. We will be passing through your area, and then we head to Monroe Road, Bokal, and Caroni with a smashing after party. Sponsored by Balu Engineering Company Limited, Danny's Bar of Felicity, Crystal Waters, Shanti's Bar of Boot Hill Chaguanas, Petersfield Hardware, Lima's Bar of 67 Bokal Road in Bokal, Pawan Wholesalers, Super Quality Supermarket, Jerry Junction Bar of Jerry Junction Karapi Chaima, Glory's Bar of McBain Coover, Jyoti's Puja Store, Darpan Trading Company Limited, and Darpan Supermarket of Sangre Grande.
The following is a paid political announcement.
When I look back on the last 5 years, as a young working mother and wife, I have to say, things were so difficult. Going to the grocery, my salary could have barely made ends meet. My husband lost his job at Petrotrin. Our home is falling apart. We couldn't save. My daughter was born in the time of the UNC. I felt so confident that she had a bright future. God forbid, if this PNM returns, my household will be finished. On August 10th, my unemployed husband and I will be voting for our lives and our future. We will be voting UNC.
That was a paid political announcement.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. We up to the hour of 9 o'clock. That's about 8 minutes here to the hour of 9. And that time check came to you to the kind courtesy of Mr. Rajendra Rampasad, the People's National Movement candidate for the constituency of Couva South. So it's about that time where we bring the curtain down on today's edition of the morning program. You Talk on 975. Note that today, of course, just around 11 o'clock, that the Ministry of Health will be hosting a press conference. It is expected that some sort of announcement will be made, and this will be related to the number of COVID-19 cases in the country, 154 thus far. It's a very frightening situation, but I don't think it's any reason for us to panic in the country as yet. We need to take all of the necessary precaution, observe all the guidelines, and as was stated yesterday by the ministry, please, if you do have to venture outside, that is into public spaces, walk, or rather wear a mask. Wear a mask and observe all of the necessary guidelines. On that note, I am Kenrick Jaggernaut, inviting you to join me again tomorrow just after the 6 o'clock hour, where we'll do this all over again.
And I am Nicole Dookie, and I'm wishing you all a safe and productive day.
All right, so before we go, I want to you to listen to this message.
You, 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.